Welcome to the Pulse of the Heartland podcast. This is the Monday night funcast rando pod, whatever you want to call it. We used to say what number it was, but I don't know if I can count that high anymore. So we'll just go with that. So we do appreciate everybody listening here, and we do have fun with this now that we are live on YouTube. So follow along, ask us questions, interact with us. We do appreciate that. But what are the socials, Joey?
Yep, Instagram and Twitter, as always, at Heartland Pulse, and then Facebook, YouTube. YouTube, if you are following us now, you know how to find us. But either one, just search Pulse of the Heartland on there. Again, like Trent said, chime in. Thanks for everyone. I know college football won last week. Had a bunch of people messaging us and stuff. So let's try and get that for all of our podcasts. And let your friends know. Like and subscribe all our stuff. And it's on all the major platforms.
Yeah, last what was that, Thursday night?
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday night, whenever that was, that was fun. Yeah, we had quite a few people chiming in. So, yeah, interacting and asking us betting lines and all that stuff. And we were probably 100% on those betting. So you just follow us. So,
hey, Trent, you never did put your Road to 272 in.
Yeah, I did. I did it Sunday morning.
Did you? I didn't see it today.
Yeah. I did Sunday morning.
Never mind. I'm just going to say, as a group, we did not do awesome this week, but you have those weekends.
Hey, I'm looking at going 11-5, depending on this game right now.
Okay, well, yeah, I didn't say you can change everything.
Exactly. Well, when he doesn't put his picks in until Sunday morning.
Yeah, I wait till after the game is done to put them in.
Let's just make it look like I lost 5. Yeah.
Is that cheating? So, all right, well, Joey, what are you drinking?
I just pulled into Atlanta, woofed down a Jimmy John, so I just got a couple Diet Cokes from the front desk. But I did take an edible, so we'll see if that kicks in soon.
Are you hanging out with Outcast, some big boy down there, or what?
Not yet. There are a bunch of dudes watching ESPN or Monday Night Football out on the back patio smoking doobies, so thought about joining them. But we shall see. But no, just a good old Diet Coke tonight.
All right. Well, Ryan, what are you drinking?
I've got water.
Jeez, that's more boring than Joey.
Yeah, it is.
Come on, Clark. Come through in the clutch here. Yeah.
Guess what? It's the last one.
The last wedding beer.
Yeah, well, it's the last wedding beer. Coors. I still got some ultras in there.
Okay. I was gonna say you better have Brittany come down and share that with you if it's the last one.
Yeah, she drinks ultras. She's been slow. I had less of those anyways. I do have to give credit though to Mr. Torres, Gary, Houchin, Rupp for helping clean these out a couple weekends ago.
Nice. Good.
What about you?
Is it like a fine wine? Does it get better with time?
They've been refrigerated this whole time.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Delicious.
Yeah. The mountains are still blue, huh?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
What are you sipping on, Trent?
I'm drinking a Samuel Adams Oktoberfest. I know last week I was told I couldn't drink it by Bryant, I believe, because it's not October yet, but it'll be October this week. So.
And he's not on here, so he can't make those rules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll drink what I want.
I'm surprised they don't have their winter ale out yet since Walmart's decided to put out Christmas trees already.
If you're up to Walmart, winter ale would have came out July 5th.
Man, speaking of those Christmas decorations, I know I texted you guys about it, but I went into my Walmart this weekend and they got 4 aisles, or there's 2 aisles, but both sides of the aisles set up already. And that means that they are pushing out their grills and stuff and rolling them back. I went around the corner at the cart and I was like, oh shit. That's all the red rollback tags. I'm like, man, am I going to get lucky with one of those like Facebook deals that are like $100 for the Austin XL and shit? Looked at the tag. No, it's just $50 off. So Boonville, Missouri, step your game up, Walmart. Clearance section. I want like 4 of them.
You need to find the scratch and dent section.
Yeah. Welcome to Boonville.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, did you throw anything on the smoker this weekend?
We poured a bunch of concrete on Saturday morning, like I mentioned before. But we just grilled some stuff then, and then I did some thick ass chops and some burgers Sunday. Yeah, and that's about it. So nothing crazy, but yeah, just a little bit of food. You?
Yeah, I went crazy. Didn't do any meat on my smoker, but I did dessert. I did a apple cobbler because Katrina and Amelia went to the pumpkin patch when I was called in on Saturday morning at work. So they went and picked some apples while they had a whole bag of apples. So I was like, we need to do something with these. So yeah, made a apple cobbler. It was amazing. Did it in a cast iron skillet. Took about an hour. Pretty, easy cook. Not too bad. So I recommend that. You can't. I mean, if you ate that and somebody didn't tell you that it was done on a smoker, I don't think you'd know. It didn't have like a huge smoky taste, just because it was so sweet, I think. So no, it turned out really good. Put some ice cream and some caramel drizzle on there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but no, we've been going crazy on the Blackstone. Bought the Blackstone last Saturday, and I think we've made like 5 meals on it. So, yeah.
What have you made?
So we did, let's see, we've done breakfast. So we did pancakes, bacon, and eggs. We've done smash burgers twice. What else did we do? Oh, Katrina did steaks. We just seared steaks on it.
Are you too scared to tell the people about Spam fried rice?
Oh, yes. I was like, we've done something else. Yeah, we did some fried rice. We did Spam fried rice. So, no, that's like a staple in Asian cooking is Spam. So, Katrina being got to make it authentic. So she did some Spam fried rice. Turned amazing. Yeah, good call, Clark. I forgot about that one. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, we've been getting our money's worth out of that.
Nice.
You're gonna talk me into buying one at some point, aren't you?
100% worth it.
It's on the list.
Our stove and oven playing time has gone down significantly. Yeah.
I'll have to send you a reel I saw this week. It was somebody who had aluminum pans sitting on their Blackstone with oil in it, heating up the oil in the pans to do their frying instead of frying in the house.
Okay.
It's genius.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say it was a disaster.
No, I was waiting for like an explosion or something to come out of that.
They had their four different aluminum pans sitting on the top of the grill, dude, and they just heating them up with the grill. It's like, why not?
Yeah, true.
Hell yeah.
I guess if it works.
Yeah.
I mean, we got the indoor turkey fryer though, so we use that.
Indoor
That's the
turkey
safest thing you
fryer.
can do.
Yeah, it's electric and it's got like a coil that goes down in the oil that heats the oil up. I use it I keep it in the garage because it's indoor, but your house would stink like fried turkey for a month if you did that inside.
For those of us who are peasants who don't have an indoor turkey fryer to put in our garage, throw it on the Blackstone.
Well, all right.
Cook the turkey on let's put a 20-pounder on the Blackstone.
No. I'm talking about your frying needs. Do your frying in the pan.
Okay.
I was waiting for the Clark pictures of like this.
It's amazing what you can do when you spatchcock those birds. I tell you what.
Oh,
that's hilarious.
Well, anybody else? Clark, Ryan, did your pit boss get warmed up this weekend?
No, not this weekend.
No, Clark's did though.
So my sister and her family were visiting, so they came down Thursday night. We did a little concert in the park our church was putting on, so that was Good time, lots of fireworks, fun night. And then the next night I did some brats after work. And then Saturday I made ribs for lunch. So yeah, smoked up some of the good old ribs.
Nice. I think I might do that maybe this weekend. I got some family going to be in Sioux Falls. So what'd you do with your ribs? Anything special? Or just what you always do them your 4 hours or?
No, I was in a hurry because I woke up late sleeping in on Saturday morning. I was like, if I'm going to get these made for lunch, I'm going to have to just cook them fast. And they're a little crispy on the bottom, but they're all right. I didn't wrap them. I had them on there at like $250 for, I bumped it up towards the end. $250 for about 2 hours, feeling them. I was like, I'm going to have to hurry these up, and bumped up to $300 for the next hour. And they were pretty good. The bottom was crispy, but top meat was delicious.
Yeah.
Clark, David's got a question for you. David's got a question for you, Clark. Spatchcocked, how long does a turkey take?
So I've
says it sounds like an experience.
It does. It is quite the experience. Actually, I've smoking turkey spatchcock style is the way to go. You get a much evener cook. I'd have to go look at my recipe cards because my old thinker ain't as good as it used to be. It's been a while since I've cooked a bird. Gonna have to put that on the list again, but I want to say usually about 250, probably about 2 to 3 hours when it's spatchcocked and laid out nice and flat. So
yeah, if you don't spatchcock it, it'll take long time. 12 hours probably.
Yeah, I think the last time I did turkey breasts where I based them with butter the whole time took me, and they're only like, I don't know, 14 pounds maybe. God, that took me 8 hours with those. It sucked.
I like to cook about a 14, 15 pound bird. So, it's not just the breast, those massive 14-pound breasts that Joey likes.
Yep.
One
in each hand.
That's right. So it's a little smaller bird that I'm used to cooking. It fits well on a pan,
Yeah.
So yeah, you said the whole turkey took you like 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. I did just a whole chicken, not spatchcocked last weekend. And that took 2 hours, I believe, just a chicken. So it's just amazing how spatchcocking that turkey, speeds up the process, and it cooks everything even. So,
and again, it's not a big 20+ pound bird either that I'm usually looking for. So I like a smaller.
I've never
turkey.
I've never spatchcocked a bird yet.
It's the best way to cook it.
Save the neck for me, Clark. Oh my. All right. If my computer would let me jump over here. So moving along, we got Bryant's college football pod will be Thursday. So look forward to that. Join us on YouTube as well. It's going to be a little bit different tone. Iowa State had their first loss this week. I actually watched more of the Iowa game than the Iowa State game this Saturday. So yeah. So look forward to that. Look for that coming out here on Thursday as well. So y'all ready to jump into the NFL? Because
are we gonna have a bet? Are we gonna have any bet between the KU guy and the Iowa State guys?
Iowa State by a milli. Come on.
I'll take the cover on that.
That's a safe bet. Okay. I did see Iowa State is, I think, a 1.5 or 2 point favorite or something right now.
I haven't looked at the lines yet.
I think that's what it was. The line's been jumping around, so it's in Lawrence. So
they're gonna have to deal with Jalen Daniels, man. He's dangerous. He's out there kicking
Heisman front runner yet?
Will McDonald will have something to say about that.
After Saturday's game, I went and tried to see what the Heisman odds were, They had his name locked. Like there was a lock on it. You couldn't even place a bet on Jalen Daniels. He's already the front runner. They probably put him at the top. You couldn't get that easy long spread.
Probably because a bunch of people were putting money on it, so they had to shut it down.
The fact that he's won 3 games for KU really should make him a front runner.
Just give him the damn trophy already.
4 games.
4 games.
4 games. Yeah.
Yeah. If there's a KU player that gets a Heisman before an Iowa player, I am probably just going to end everything. Shotgun in my head. I am not going to be happy.
Hey, Corey Taylor's got good odds this year.
Hey, he was my dark horse pick at the beginning of the year. So.
I mean,
the sad thing is I know we were joking about that, but son of a gun, you were right on the dot with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Most years saying an Iowa punter has a better chance of winning the Heisman than a KU player, you'd be correct. But this year's just kind of weird.
So I'm looking at it now. I'm pretty sure Jalen Daniels was somewhere down around the plus 5,000 to 8,000 range whenever I was looking for him Saturday. He's now up at plus 3,000. He's number 6 on the list now.
6th. Wow.
Jumping up that ladder, man. Let's go.
Wow. Get that invite to New York, man.
That's what a win against Almighty Duke does for you.
I mean, Kansas football's back, Trent. I don't know if you saw, but that other team down the road wears that purple coat. They got an upset against the will-be SEC team this weekend.
Yeah, they beat Oklahoma. But they're not undefeated like KU, though.
No, not undefeated.
They lost to Tulane.
Yeah.
Who went ahead and lost this past week to some nobody. I don't even know who it was.
Looking past them. They'll get you.
Yep. So we ready to jump into the NFL now that we got the KU Iowa State smack talk out of the way?
Yep.
Let's do it.
We don't need more of that shit.
So first question, is the season going how everyone expected?
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
No.
Not one bit.
Totally had Miami running the AFC East for sure.
Yeah. Only 3 undefeated teams after the 3rd week, and there's only one team that hasn't won, which is the Raiders.
Yep.
I said it in the text group yesterday, that the Chiefs lost, the Raiders are 0-3. The Broncos look terrible, even though they squeaked out a win last night. And the Chargers got pounded by
terrible altogether.
Yeah. And then the Chargers get pounded by the Jaguars. And, we talked this summer that the AFC West was going to be the best conference in football. And right now it's not coming true because we said they'd cannibalize themselves. Well, they're getting murdered by other teams. So other conferences right now.
Now, pump the brakes. To be fair, the Raiders' first loss was
To be fair.
To who?
To the Chargers, week 1.
So there's one
broken
conference lost. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. To be fair.
To be fair.
The Raiders team looks very, very bad right now, and the Broncos look
bad,
just as bad, and more lost almost.
Who you putting it on in Las Vegas?
I think both situations have to go on the coaching staffs, to be honest with you.
I'd agree with Joey. Yeah.
I mean, because you have the same basic team that you had last year in Las Vegas with the Raiders. And Carr shouldn't get worse. He should only get better with Devonta Adams.
He's a Hall of Fame quarterback, baby.
Exactly. But yeah, and then they just can't win a game. So anyway, sorry.
Whoever was the interim last year, they should have just kept him. I don't know why they didn't. They had success under him. They had to go for the big name, and it's just biting them in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that AFC West is strange to me. You think I put it down later on the agenda, but is the Russell Wilson contract worse than the Kyler Murray contract? Like Russell is just not. He's looking like a shell of his former self. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
him or if it's the play calling or what, but it just he looks like a shell of his former self.
I don't know. He doesn't have a security blanket in Tyler Lockett. I mean, granted, he has Jerry Jeudy right now, but
He
I
had
don't know.
Tyler
Tyler Lockett was
Lockett,
solid. DK
huge deep
Metcalf.
threat. Russell's a great long ball thrower. Like we've seen
Yeah.
it time and time again. And then he had the freaking manimal DK Metcalf running across the middle of the field every time. Like,
And for some of his, a lot of his career up there, he had Marshawn Lynch. So, I mean, there's some attention to the backfield right there. I don't know.
how many
The
of his
Broncos
years in
running back, do
Seattle?
they have that?
How many years in Seattle were people more worried about the run game than they were the pass game?
Exactly.
That was their identity for a long time.
And even before that, not even the offense, just that Legion of Boom that was up there.
Yep.
But even just watching last night's game, his passing looked off last night. He was not terribly accurate last night.
I kind of wonder how much time got put in between him and those wide receivers, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, those guys. Like right now, it don't look like they're really on the same page. Their timing's off. Like it just doesn't look good.
No.
Like their time in the offseason. Is that what you're talking about?
I can't believe they haven't bought into the Russ system. I mean, come on.
Well,
Supposed to be on Russ's time, doing what he says. Come on.
That's right.
He spent a lot of time this offseason memorizing his lines for that video. Bronco Nation.
That's right.
I want to go to a Bronco game just to see all the videos on the big screen that they have of that.
They had to have scrapped those, right? They're like, these are god awful.
I doubt it.
You got to roll with them now. Come on.
Yeah, everyone knows about it. They'd be disappointed if it wasn't part of the game day experience.
Yeah, it's true. That is
true. There's the AFC West. I'm surprised with Miami. Miami's looking super good. They're looking so good, even with a quarterback that doesn't know where he's at and kind of a walk around zombie, basically.
So I'm really curious to see how the NFL Players Association investigation goes in that regard. Supposedly, we're going to have some results within a week because they're looking into how Miami handled the Tua back injury from Sunday. So I'm really curious what they come up with. Like, what neurologist looked at this film and looked at this dude and said, "Oh yeah, low back." He's out there shaking his head, like trying to get things right after it clearly smacks off the turf.
Mm-hmm. Very obviously, he just back of the head to the turf. Very obviously. Who is there anybody that actually buys that it was a back injury? I haven't heard anybody say, "Oh yeah, I could see it being a back injury." That's just crazy.
The thing is, like, it's not even on Miami because those doctors are independent. Like, what doc did this? You got to get them out of there. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly,
that was the crazy thing to me.
I don't think anything will come. I think this investigation will just kind of go away, but it's going to go by the wayside, and we'll just stop hearing about it. Nothing will happen.
Yeah, I mentioned it yesterday. The crazy thing to me was that Harrison Smith had to miss this week 6 days after a concussion, and then he can't pass the test 6 days, but Tua can pass the test stumbling around, and his head got nailed to the turf. Like there's something goofy about that.
Yeah, I mean, only thing is maybe it really was his back. I mean, maybe he had a numb leg. Who knows? Like, who knows?
Yeah, and like half the other players that were on the field, had heat stroke and were throwing up and cramping, and so maybe it was a back injury that was like a kidney thing. I'm with Clark. I don't know for sure.
That happened in Tampa too. When didn't Lazard catch a touchdown and then go throw up on the sideline?
Yeah. Yeah,
he
did.
Threw up because he's sick of playing in Green Bay.
Yeah, I was watching that one live time. It was pretty funny to watch because, they have the camera on him as he goes to the bench, goes to the back, takes a knee, just starts projectile vomiting. The camera's still on him. I was like, oh, no.
Speaking of cameras, did you guys see what Aaron Rodgers said about the jumbotron?
I saw that he
I
mentioned.
did see what he said, but I don't know what was on the jumbotron.
I didn't.
Nobody
see
really
any of
knows.
this.
Maybe he'll answer Pat tomorrow. Yeah, maybe he'll answer Pat tomorrow. But he said that, the jumbotron there, they probably shouldn't have been showing, and so he forwarded the message on, and that's why they were able to do whatever they did.
So I'm curious. There's other mysteries in some games. What did Chris Jones say to Matt Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah, to warrant that penalty and then essentially lose the game because of that. Like,
No pushing, no shoving. Took him down for a sack on third down. Had to stop. Punt team coming on the field. Chiefs getting the ball with less than 4 minutes. Run it out. Get this nasty, disgusting, ugly win and escape Indy. No. Unsportsmanlike conduct for whatever you said to Matt Ryan with an official standing on your shoulder. Like, come on, man.
but you can't tell me that
He had
these
threaten
refs.
his family or something.
Yeah, you can't tell me these refs hear that every play.
Dude, if it was one of the classic Tom Brady's F you, dude, like if that's what Chris Jones said and he got a flag, come on.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, because the camera's on his face and he's very calm with whatever he's saying. You can see his lips moving, but it's definitely not a F you bomb. So who knows?
Well, and yeah, Matt Ryan
Wasn't even upset.
Didn't even react.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, be interesting if that ever comes out.
I want to know how the NFL lets a play like that make a difference. Like, why are we letting that make a difference? There's no physical confrontation. We let that make a difference.
Yep.
Yeah. You shouldn't
Trash
be that
talk.
way. It shouldn't be that way, for sure.
No.
I mean, you're playing a game with guys that are jacked up, full of testosterone. Shit's gonna be said. Like it is. Who cares?
Things get
Let it
wild
go.
and then smelling
Unless
salts
he-
come out.
Yeah, unless he went up and said, "I've got a hitman sitting at your family's front door." Maybe got a problem there, but what can he really say that was that bad?
Right. Even if you're calling them names and shit, like, yeah, they're grown men on the field.
Yeah.
Yep. But I mean, another surprise: the Jaguars actually look good this year.
They're surprised, man.
That's a surprise.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence, man, he was a winner in college, and maybe he's figuring out this whole NFL thing. Not having Urban Meyer might help. I don't know.
It's amazing how you can turn around with that cancer gone.
No?
Not having finger pistols up or
That's
finger
right.
guns up waitresses' butts throughout the season.
Yep. And the guy they spent the money on to reset the wide receiver money market in the offseason, Christian Kirk, dude's catching touchdowns, worth the money.
Looks good. Looks real good. And then Travis
Yep.
Etienne being back is helping him a lot as well.
Yep.
Get that whole Clemson offense on that team with ETN and Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well go get who is the receiver? Hunter Renfro.
He's playing like he wants traded right now. So
yeah. How bad is it in Las Vegas if you want to trade to go to Jacksonville?
I don't think it can be that bad, can it? Apparently it is.
Well, maybe this year
Good for
Jacksonville's at
Doug
least
Peterson.
winning.
Good for Doug Peterson. I mean, he had success in Philly, which, speaking of Philly, they look like they might be the best team in the NFL. They're just
Yeah, they're playing good ball.
yeah. I've got to apologize to Jalen Hurts. He has definitely proved me wrong for sure. He has taken an amazing step this year. He looks phenomenal.
looks
Philly
like he can
won.
do no wrong at this point in the season.
One of the final 3 undefeated teams.
Well, and there might only be 2 after tonight. I don't know. I don't think the Giants are looking too hot right now, but that game's kind of a
They're-
turd too.
This is a
They're driving
Big
right
Ten
now.
wet dream right
Right.
here. It's 6-3.
It's a good thing
Yeah,
we can only see Joey's neck up right now.
Exactly. I was thinking earlier, I was like, watching the Giants play is like watching a miscolored Iowa Hawkeye game. It's just the same thing with Saquon Barkley.
I like this Giants team. I like Dable as their coach. I feel like he's really embodied just grit, slug it out, just Iowa's way. You know, you slug it out, move it when you can, field position, get the scores, field goals. Let's go, field goals.
Exactly.
I'd say the Giants are moving
I don't know,
driving, and then Dallas just had like 3 defensive linemen untouched with a huge sack right there.
Yeah.
Take them out of field goal range.
These primetime games are just like last night and tonight. They haven't been great, have they?
No,
Especially last Monday's game. That sucked.
it's a great night to be betting unders.
Yeah. It's kind of a great season. It seems like this season the under has hit a lot.
Yeah. And that's
What was
offensive
last Monday's
league.
game?
Minnesota.
Oh, that's
Philly.
Sorry.
That's why I said it was
Sorry.
terrible.
Oh yeah, it was 1 of 2. That's why. Okay.
Totally forgot about that.
Yeah. We blocked that from our memory. Well, speaking of the Vikings, you want to jump into that, Ryan?
Sure. Did you watch it?
I watched about the last 2 minutes of it. So the part that counted.
Jeez, you must hate Vikings football, huh?
Oh, I was doing stuff with the wife and kid. So
Boring. Nice thing is my wife is just as big of a Vikings fan as I am, so that makes it pretty easy. It was a tale of two teams, really. I mean, nobody looked good for half the game, and then the other one looked good. Defense, same thing against the Eagles. You know, you play a soft zone coverage and make the Lions wide receivers look like they're all Justin Jefferson out there, basically. So it's a little frustrating watching that. Yeah,
I got to put some respect on Amon-Ra St. Brown. Dude's been balling.
Yeah, for sure. And Detroit I think they've had the third most yards offensively or something like that this year. So the Lions are legit. Dan Campbell doesn't seem to know how to manage a game very well. Him and Hackett have gone to the Mike Zimmer school of time management, it looks like. So that kind of helped the Vikings come back and win. But yeah, I mean, we started slow, allowed them to score 14 unanswered. Then we score 14 unanswered ourselves. Get to the second half, allow them to score 10 unanswered, and we come back and have to score 14 unanswered. Had a exciting finish there with Cousins, which Cousins did not look good most of the game. He came through when it really mattered, but most of the game he was missing some pretty easy passes. So hopefully that gets cleaned up. But yeah, it was the main difference is last year we had a lot of games like this where we would go down the field in the fourth quarter, take the lead, and then the defense would let the other team go and win it last second. This year, a little bit different there. We held them. We got an interception at the end there to seal off the game. So it was nice being on that side of the things.
Yeah, it's good to see KJ Osborne caught that game-winning touchdown. Like, he was so open. Like, I don't know how that happened.
They were double teaming Jefferson, and Mike Hughes decided that they needed to triple team Jefferson. So yeah, just
maybe they weren't wrong. Jefferson didn't get the ball.
Yeah, 3 catches, 14 yards or something like that. Yeah, absolutely. But it was nice. They started using Thielen. Who remembers that guy? He only had or tied the record for most 100-yard games in a row. So it's good to see that. KJ Osborne, he's a solid receiver himself. So
yeah.
Dalvin Cook had a good game until he went out injured.
Yeah. Any news on that?
He's day to day. I think
Upper extremity, wasn't it?
Shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's day to day. He should be okay against the Saints in London. So I'll have to try to wake up early on Sunday to watch that.
Yeah, early game over in London. So that'll be awesome. Get to just wake up Sunday morning and watch the Vikes.
Make some pancakes.
Get the Blackstone out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
Like I said, playing in the morning is like anti-prime time, so Kirk Cousins is going to go nuts.
Yeah. The Saints aren't looking too good this year either, which is awesome to see. But I think they're pretty banged up. Jameis is pretty banged up. So hopefully we can get an easy win on this one.
Yeah, their offense has been bad. Their defense is still good, as it always is. But
Yeah,
I think Minnesota should win that. I think.
I guess Kamara's going to be back this week.
Yeah, but Jameis probably won't be.
So who's their quarterback? Taysom Hill?
Oh, did he?
Well, because he didn't get hurt last week.
Shit.
No. Sorry, he he broke his back, and they said that he can't hurt it anymore. That's what it was. I don't understand how that's possible, but
Can't get any worse.
right.
Taysom Hill always destroys the Vikings when he's in, so I hope it's Jameis. But did you watch the video of their of KOC's locker room speech after the game? That dude, he's passionate. I'm a lot of F-bombs out there. I enjoyed it. It was fun to watch, and it seems like the team really.
A lot of sentence enhancers, huh?
Yeah, good adjectives.
All right, very good. Anything else to add about that game, Ryan?
Not really. Hopefully we can win this game. Hopefully we can beat the Bears the following week, and then we'll probably lose to Miami. Miami's looking too good, but if we can get to the bye at 4-2, that'd be pretty great.
We cannot lose to Miami. I can't take it from my father-in-law if the Vikings lose to the Dolphins.
You two better have a big party together.
I can't take it.
Yag bombs
happen.
around.
Yep.
I don't
Even
think Ben
me,
will be able to watch the game with him. Like, he won't be able to stand it.
Even for me, like I missed when I was talking to you guys. Like Tua's playing great, but I'm tired of Tua being pushed to being this next big great thing. Also, the way Tyreek Hill left Kansas City, I hate Tyreek Hill. It shouldn't affect me because it's Kansas City. It's not my team. But just the way he left Kansas City and talked about, like, I just don't want Miami to have success.
But, everybody's saying that Tyreek Hill, it was all, he was okay, but it was all Pat Mahomes and all this. Well, Tyreek Hill's still the number one receiver in NFL right now.
Yeah.
With Tua.
Is he?
He had the most yards.
Is he the number one?
Who is?
I thought it was Diggs.
No, Diggs didn't do very well this week.
Neither did Tyreek. Tyreek had 3 catches for like 44, I thought.
It was Tyreek after 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure he still
I'm looking
is.
at it right now, Trent. Stephon Diggs has 344, number 1 on the list.
I mean,
number 2, Jalen Waddle. Number 3, Tyreek.
So 2 out of the top 3 coming from them. Jesus.
The lion's share of those guys' yards came in one game. So thank you, Baltimore. Hopefully somebody's got them on their schedule this year. They run cover 0, and then they run pass rushes. Like, they run a defensive set where they didn't rush anybody. All 11 guys drop back. Like, what is this? Come on.
They just expect the other team, like, that's what defense they have to play in practice against Lamar Jackson. Just don't cover the receivers. We'll try it in a game.
Yep.
All right. Well, moving along here, Joey, the Dirty Birds, they got their first win of the season.
Yeah, about time. Beat the Seahawks. It's one of those Mariota games. Like I told you before the season, he's going to win us 7 random-ass games, and we won't have the first pick. So, yeah, Drake London has been the biggest surprise maybe in the NFL to me this year, because I did not think that was the body type for the system that they wanted to run down here. And, man, that he looks really fucking good. And Kyle Pitts is putting up more and more points. because of Drake London, and they're not actually double teaming Kyle Pitts by themselves anymore.
What's you behind there, Clark, with Pitts?
He's got 9 catches for 125. Those he had 4 for about 38 yards. Week 3 he came alive.
Went nuts.
That's
this
what I'm
week,
saying.
huh?
That's the Drake London effect.
Nice.
I'm happy to see how well Cordero Patterson's doing. I see he's like a top 5 back so far this year.
Mm-hmm.
I like that he's a running back and he didn't
Another
switch his number. I like an 84 running back.
I love it.
Yeah, he's a player that just Zimmer didn't want to do anything to try to actually utilize him. Just, okay, we draft you in the first round and you're going to be a kick returner. And, the guy's a freak athlete, and we just let him go.
He's second most in yards right now. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I did hear them say that he's tied for the NFL record for kick returns in a career. Like 8.
Nice.
Is he still doing special teams now that he's a full-time back?
I don't think so.
Probably smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the most valuable player on the Falcons team, especially on offense. Like, there's no way they could let him do that. I don't think.
No,
Wow.
absolutely not.
Don't want to score special teams touchdowns.
What's that?
I said if they want to score special teams touchdowns.
Yeah, Atlanta's looked surprisingly well, though, haven't they, Joey? They've been kind of in every game.
Yeah, and they do look really good. They're just super young still, and they'll learn to keep closing games out. That first game against the Saints was really freaking close, and they had the lead going in the last 2 minutes and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, they're looking good. I just hate middle of the road. I'd rather be either really bad and get a good pick or really good and get a terrible pick. I don't care. So, yeah, one of the two. But.
Yeah, they could easily be 3-0 right now.
Well, Joey, look at the good news here, though. Even if they do slide in towards the bottom, if the Raiders get the first pick, it's wasted. That guy ain't doing shit, whoever they pick.
No,
so get that pick out of the way.
Right. And to be honest, that means that they probably won't take a quarterback. I mean, because they're not going to replace Carr anytime soon. It's not like he's getting old. But.
Hall of Famer.
Exactly.
How could you replace that?
That's right.
So, Joey, sounds like you're going to catch a game this weekend.
Yep. Falcons play the Browns here at home, and I've only been to one NFL game before, and that was at Arrowhead, which was awesome. So I'm going to look for the cheapest concourse ticket that I can find, and I guess I've got a ton of bars you can walk around in this new stadium and just hit those up and watch it and then go on and see the big screens and shit. So I'm mostly going for a stadium tour and just watch as much game as possible.
Are you going to throw up a massage table and see if you can catch Deshaun?
Nope. I don't think I can wear small enough booty shorts for him.
So what's their stadium called? I can't remember. Mercedes, is it
Mercedes-Benz? Yeah.
Whatever it is.
That stadium is sweet, dude.
Yeah. Do they still not allow, well, it's not them, is Chick-fil-A to not open on game days?
Yep. It's still not open on Sundays.
Not open on Sundays. Okay.
Nope.
Got it.
Yep.
Didn't know if that was still a thing or not.
But they share their stadium with the soccer stuff, and there's a ton of concerts. Like, I was looking up the schedule when I was just coming down just to see, and yeah, their schedule is packed with shit like every night. So I suppose they're not losing out on a bunch of money, but the Falcons usually almost sell out. So that sucks for them, but whatever. Each their own.
Yeah. Anything else to add to that game, Joey?
No. It was a good game. I'm glad we got the win and see what's going on this week. I want them to win really bad this week. One, I just think the Browns are stupid, but yeah, I also just really want them to win while I'm there.
Do you think they'll be able to slow down Nick Chubb?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I think they're gonna have to control the clock on offense because I don't think the Falcons. I almost said Iowa. I don't think the Falcons' defensive line is quite up to snuff to stop Chubb.
Keeping him on my lineup. Got it.
So yeah, are you gonna take Chubb in Cubby's league, knowing you get to watch him live?
Yes, probably.
Dude, you
That's
should be
that's
taking
cool.
Nick Chubb,
Kyle
Cordero
Pitts,
Patterson, 1-2
Pitts.
right there.
Yeah, in Pitts.
Yeah.
Maybe some Drake London.
While you're at it, Mariota.
No,
I'm good.
Or Brissett, whatever, it's fine.
Taking Flacco because he throws it 59 times a game.
Right.
That 59 don't matter unless they're completing those. You don't get points for attempts.
Oh, really? It's Cubby's league.
Yeah.
Come on, it looks like it.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's move along here
Oh,
to
Saquon, give me some points, baby. Hell yeah.
Did he just bust a big one?
He did. Touchdown.
Oh, I'm behind you. Hell yeah.
Because
Hell yeah.
I'm streaming,
Woo-hoo-hoo!
so I'm way behind you.
Did you pick him?
I did.
Okay. Screw you, Trent. You said you weren't subbing anybody.
I lied. Well, moving along. Clark, the Chiefs, is a sad day to be a Chiefs fan.
You know, leading up to that game, I'd heard it multiple times. This just feels like a trap game. You know, it was a long week. Like, they played Thursday night, didn't have to play till Sunday. It's the mini bye week. Like, Andy Reid's great coming off the bye week. Like, Chiefs after a bye, put the house on it. They're going to win. But, dude, after Thursday to Sunday stretch, can't get shit going. You got Bieniemy and Patrick Mahomes exchanging words right before the half. Like, Andy Reid's having to break that up on the sideline. Mahomes wanted to go for it, but they decided to run the ball, just run out the rest of the clock into the half, go to the locker room. And Mahomes was pissed about that decision. So, yeah, early in the season, you already see those two going at it.
How much time did they have left?
They had like 20-ish seconds. I think it was just over 20 seconds left with the ball. So if they throw it, you know, they're going to have to punt or do something and give them another chance. But why not take the shot?
That's plenty of time for Mahomes.
Yeah, give them a look, you know. Give these receivers and Mahomes a look. Let them see if they can do something. It just wasn't happening. But, yeah, I don't know. Lots of questionable things happened in that game. You had the first stop. They got a good stop. Punt, muffed it. Like, right off Sky Moore's hands. It's like, oh, crap. Here we go. Just giving Indy an early 7 points. Yeah, it was bad. They'll watch the whole thing. It was bad.
Yeah.
And then to have it ended by a few words said by Chris Jones after they got the stop, looking to get the ugly win and just escape out of Indy with everything they did wrong. And then a few sour words. Throw the flag.
Yeah, you know, as bad as Indy was the first 2 weeks, I don't think Indy's that bad. Like, I don't think they're a bad team. They shouldn't be. They're in an easy division.
Week 2, half their team was injured. All their stars were gone.
Jonathan Taylor, Matt Ryan's still a good quarterback, I think. I mean, Joey would know more than us, but because he watches them, every week for the last how many years. But still, it's just like, I don't think they're that bad. I think they'll come around and probably, I don't know, maybe still win that division. I don't know.
Jags look good. I don't know.
Yeah. But are the
Titans
Jags
bounce back?
Are the Jags going to jag? We'll see.
Right.
Well, they're not too far removed from being in the AFC Championship, though.
Who?
The Jags.
Yeah,
like 5 years ago or so, 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
before the Jalen Ramsey trade.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out who their quarterback was.
Yeah, it was Bortles.
So, I mean, Houston's played tough. That was their first game. That one was a tie, 20-20 tie down in Houston. Tough game. Then they get smoked by Jacksonville. Nobody knows what to expect out of Jacksonville. Those guys are playing their asses off, like just off to a hot start. And then, yeah, a tough, gritty win over the Chiefs. Like, Indy's better than what they're given credit for right now, for sure.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, once the injuries are done, I think they'll be a top-tier team.
On the flip side of your them being a good team at 2-1, Clark, or 2-0,
1-1-1.
1-1-1. Yeah. Do you think the Bears are as good as their record is right now?
No.
Yeah, I don't either. They might be the worst 2-1 team of all time. They're pretty
Yeah.
bad.
I mean, that first game, the monsoon against San Fran in Chicago, like nasty, ugly, sloppy game. Their field doesn't even have drains in it, so it's just a swimming pool. They're trying to play in out there on the field. Like, you give them credit. They got the win in that one against San Fran. San Fran's not looking so hot. I mean, they just dropped one to old Broncos out there in Denver. Freaking Jimmy G running out the back of the end zone for a safety, giving them the 2 points to win it.
I love Dan Orlovsky saying, "Finally, I'm free."
Yeah.
Yep.
So one of my coworkers is a Broncos fan. I was asking him about it because I didn't stay up that late to see that part of the game.
It's
And
so bad.
he said that he's like, well, they don't show the rest of the play. It was a pick. He threw a pick 6 on that play. So really, him stepping out and getting a safety
that was the best result of that play.
Yeah, way more efficient.
Points. So yeah,
I thought Jimmy G was like leagues above Trey Lance, and it doesn't look that way.
Broncos have a really good defense. That defense is freaking tough.
Do I need to say it for the 5th time? Brock Purdy's going to be starting by week 9.
Get out of here.
I don't know if you knew this, but on Sunday, Brocktober starts.
So
okay,
I just heard this today that they didn't even give Jimmy G the playbook this year because they thought he was going to get traded. Like, they didn't even give him the playbook until Trey Lance got hurt.
Oh,
like, come on.
Jeez.
Yep. This is Brock's team now. Step aside, Jimmy G. That's hilarious.
I will laugh if Brock ends up being their starting quarterback. I will seriously laugh.
By week 9. I said it when they drafted him, and he made the team.
Trent's been riding that horse long time.
That's right.
What if it's by count?
Sorry, what's that?
I said, what if it's by week 2 or week 9, year 2? Does that count?
No, rookie year.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's this year.
I was gonna say I feel bad for Trey Lance because he was gonna lose his job to Jimmy while he was injured. Well, shit, I don't think he is. I don't know.
So
San Francisco has never let Jimmy really air it out. Really, they've always kind of been a run first team, and I see why.
Yeah. Speaking of which, do we need to give the update on the board? We talked about Kyle Pitts already, but one of these guys just played his first game of the week or first game of the season.
Yep, setting records, right?
George Kittle's got some stats on the board.
Hell yes.
He had 4 catches for 28 yards this week. Now, you may notice that he is in last place on this board.
First game.
But if you break it down by game, he's number 2. So, per game, except for yardage. I guess I'm looking at receptions, but by yardage, he's still trailing Kyle Pitts. So,
Irv Smith could have more if he didn't drop every ball that got thrown to him.
Dude was blessed with concrete hands.
That drop last Monday night that would have been a touchdown right before halftime to get them down by 1 score was the worst drop ever. That was a touchdown.
No,
I would say the worst.
The one from the Packers in the first game, that was the worst.
Well,
Because that was a guaranteed 75-yard touchdown. Absolutely. This is the second worst.
I don't know if you've been watching this game, Trent, but CeeDee Lamb had one in the breadbasket. Not even a guy within 15 yards had 10 yards open in the end zone. That was a bad drop.
That's like the only Cowboys highlight that ESPN keeps showing. That's how bad this game has been for the Cowboys. They have nothing good to show, so just show CeeDee Lamb dropping the ball. Oh, damn it.
What's going on there, Joey? I'm not watching.
They almost punched it in.
The Giants are up.
Yep.
Well, we talked about Tua. We talked about Wilson's contract and Philly, Miami Giants, the only undefeated. So looking forward to the Road to 272 pod on Thursday as well here coming up. So I need to drive to Iowa and make some bets. Maybe I'll probably do it Wednesday. But
Hey,
you don't have to place your bets before you pick them. Like you can pick your bet and put it in the spreadsheet.
They're in there. I did it. I can show you my FanDuel account. Like I made
but they ain't got it for the podcast. Come on, man.
Exactly.
What?
I hadn't done it when they recorded. I had not made my bets yet. Sorry.
I put my picks in the spreadsheet, but I couldn't remember what they were whenever I was actually placing them. So I don't even know how I did yet.
So how about the biggest news of the weekend, though?
The butt punt?
Okay. I guess this was the second biggest news. But yeah, the butt punt was hilarious.
Hey, did you know that the guy whose butt was in the way of the punt, he got some offers from Charmin and Dude Wipes.
Really?
Yeah.
Preparation H better be giving him a deal too.
Down here.
That's funny.
That's awesome. No, we well, okay, so we had a butt fumble in the Vikings game. First of all, when Cook fumbled at the end of the game, he ran into our left guard's butt, and that fumbled.
Must have butt cheeks of steel to punch that out, man.
So there were a couple butt fumbles this weekend, but no, the big news this weekend where senior year of high school me would have been super excited was Rihanna's the Super Bowl halftime performer this year.
Hell yeah!
Has she done anything music wise in the last 10 years?
Yeah, just some hit or miss stuff.
Don't get me wrong, she's got a lot of bangers, but I have not.
Isn't that like the prime Super Bowl performer though? Like, isn't that what they go for?
Isn't it? Yeah, it's Rihanna and Rock Nation, right?
Well, Rock Nation's the production company that's going to put it on. So it won't be limited to Jay-Z's cabinet rappers or anything.
I was going to say, is it going to be Jay-Z with her?
Well, Jay-Z will probably be on at least one.
Could imagine that, and maybe Eminem.
Right. And then probably Drake. So, but yeah, it won't be just Rock Nation's people.
So
or Justin Timberlake.
Right. If Eminem makes an appearance, that'll be 2 halftime shows in a row for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Clark, I did see that it's in Glendale this year. So this would be a good year to go back to the Waste Management. Just saying.
A good year or an expensive year to go?
Yeah, I was going to say
Waste
rooms
Management
might be a little pricey, but it will be fun.
I mean, last time we were out there, we stayed close to the stadium. Like that was the best, cheapest hotels in town because Scottsdale's on the other side of town.
Yeah, but we missed the voice tryouts.
Yeah.
How far is the stadium from like downtown Phoenix?
Probably 15 minutes. Like,
okay.
Yeah, it's on Glendale's on the northwest corner of town.
Mm-hmm.
So,
because I've only been to Scottsdale. So
yeah, I mean,
it was like
imagine the exact opposite of Scottsdale. Is kind of what it is.
It was like a 25-minute drive to Scottsdale, 30-minute drive to Scottsdale from Glendale, where we stayed
along the north side. A beautiful drive.
Yeah.
Well, is Kyler gonna make it for a home Super Bowl?
No.
No.
I mean, the question you posed earlier as to whether Russ's contract is worse than Kyler's, if you just look at stats, the answer is yes. Kyler's got more passing yards than Russ does. So
yeah. I did. Oh, go ahead.
The Kyler non-performer due to Call of Duty hit.
True.
Did you get some Call of Duty action?
I did.
Did you see Russ or Kyler on the battlefield?
I think he plays PlayStation. I was just going with the Xbox.
No, I've heard PC with an Xbox controller is what I've heard.
Okay. I turn off crossplay because It gets to be a little dangerous when you're playing those PC players. Gets to be a little tough. It gets to be a little sweaty.
So, did you all see that the Pro Bowl announcement came out today that it's going to be a flag football game this year?
Yeah. Yep. Which it basically has been the last 10 years, but yeah.
I wasn't interested in it at all before, but somehow I'm less interested now.
Yeah, like
My
that-
0% interest went down.
They needed to change something about the Pro Bowl, but that was not the right change.
Yeah, making it less competitive wasn't it.
I don't know why they just don't get away with the actual game and just do like a bunch of skills competitions.
Yeah.
I think that would be way cooler. But
Just like random,
Or
like
we
not
ta-
even football stuff, like a bowling tournament or a
We talked about that last
golf
season.
tournament. Yeah,
Right.
just
They
like
should-
flip cup, beer pong, anything.
do like a 9-hole golf tournament, a bowling
Yeah.
tournament. Let's get the party games going. Let's do some
You're in-
cornhole, some ladder golf. How about that?
You're in Vegas, get some blackjack poker tournaments,
Mhm.
something like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If
It'd
you're
be-
gonna do away with the actual football game, just get rid of it. No flag
Mhm.
football.
Yeah.
Just get rid of it.
Yeah, I'd like to see these athletes that could kick my ass by just looking at me wrong in a sport that I could beat them at. I think that'd be fun.
That's
Mhm. Sounds like a
I mean,
great
that's-
reward for a hard season's worth of work for them.
That's right. Something fun.
I mean, the Pro Bowl is just the popularity game, anyways, Joey.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, yeah, and half of them sit out or they have a little injury or something. So, like, even making the Pro Bowl doesn't mean shit anymore. So,
Brock Purdy's gonna make the Pro Bowl this year. Come on.
exactly.
Yeah, he's gonna start half the season.
You know what? Hey, Tom Brady went from a 6th-round pick to being the greatest ever. Brock Purdy could be GOAT 2.0.
Mr. Irrelevant to HOF.
Yep. It's very possible.
Yeah.
It's not very possible, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's basically out of the realm of possibility.
But it's
And
not
along with
though.
what David said there, it seems like they've always done skills things throughout the week, but it's never like prime
Right.
time when anybody can actually watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember back when it was in Hawaii every year and it was actually AFC, NFC, and they were, actually hitting each other and they do like a weightlifting competition on the side that was always televised?
Ooh.
Yeah. I remember
I don't
watching
remember that.
Warren Sapp bench like 485 or some shit like that. I was like, the fuck? I don't even know how much weight that is. Like, that's crazy.
So kind of like the combine where they bench. What do
Yeah.
they bench in the combine? 225,
Yeah.
and they just bench as many times as they can.
Mm-hmm.
They should do that,
Yeah, exactly.
or get a squat rack out there. See how much those guys can squat. That would be awesome because they can all squat like 900 pounds probably.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I remember playing Madden back in the early 2000s where like the Pro Bowl was a big thing on the franchise mode to always play. I'm pretty sure that's not even a thing anymore. Like they'll name players to the Pro Bowl, but you can't play the game. That's how far it's fallen that you can't even play simulation football Pro Bowl.
Yeah, what button do you push to grab the opponent's flag?
whatever the Deshaun Watson hands button is.
Do you think EA will put in the effort to program that into Madden?
No.
Deshaun Watson? I hope not.
Deshaun Watson hands button?
But you
That's
wanna Go
That's
on to
the
the
second-
movie.
No, so one more thing I saw.
Okay.
So apparently, the Chiefs are playing at the Bucks Sunday night, I think.
Yeah, going to Tampa.
So I saw with the potential hurricane coming, they're looking at potentially a neutral site, and Minnesota might be that site since we're playing in London.
Sweet.
Let's go.
Yep.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I think that'd be.
Totally.
I think it'd be home field for the Chiefs. I don't think that would be home for the Bucks.
I'm just gonna be disappointed they won't have the Jumbotron guy doing his part. Do you think he travels with the team?
I want to know what was on it.
I do too.
There's got to be something on like clips and pictures on Twitter, right? Like it's got to be out there.
We need our super sleuth to figure it out.
70,000 people with cell phones in their hands. That somebody caught something.
I don't know. Hopefully they'll tell about it on McAfee tomorrow. I'll be listening.
So, looking at that game, the Bucks are 2-1, but their games have been hard-nosed, low-scoring, 19-3, 20-10, and 14-12 loss this week. So, it's going to be a tough game, no matter what.
Yeah. Yep. And they Mike Evans will be back too, won't he?
Yeah.
Possibly Godwin.
They get those weapons back, it's going to make a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But I think I'm done there, Trent. I think that was my last big breaking news thing.
All right. Well, you ready for the movie minute?
Sure. I don't really have anything, but sure.
Somebody take it away because I have no idea what any of this stuff is.
What? Okay, hold on. Trent, what is LOTR?
Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Hey!
Come on.
Woo, woo. Trent knows. He's a nerd.
Well, that's all.
Joey.
I've never seen any of it. Is that a Joey thing? Is Lord of the Rings Dragon? Is that a Joey thing?
Dragons is Joey's thing. That's on HBO.
Oh.
I'm watching both.
As you say, you're the Lord of the Rings guy, right?
Me?
No, Joey.
Oh,
I don't know.
I mean, I've seen them all, and I like them.
Oh.
But I've seen the latest episode of Rings of Power. Is anyone else?
I am up to date.
Are you?
Yes.
So,
I don't want to spoil anything like I did last time, so I'm going to let somebody else talk.
No, you're fine. I'm one behind.
I'm not watching.
So yeah, you're not. Oh.
Maybe someday. Maybe someday I just have like already a few series I want to watch, and having a child with my wife being a ball coach kind of up my time right now.
Well, in regards to the Amazon Prime special, the $1 billion show that is Lord of the Rings, I can't remember the Ring of Power. That's it. The Ring of Power. So, episode, what is this, 4? I think we're on.
Yep.
Is it 4? Yeah. So, a little more development in the story. The last couple you saw a little more flashy, I feel like, moves. I feel like the story is developing more. I'm loving it. I really enjoy the show. I feel like they're doing a good job of telling the story. I'm not real versed in the Lord of the Rings story beyond the movies. Like I've read the books for the Lord of the Rings and I've read The Hobbit, but I'm not versed beyond that as far as the other lore, like going back into Isildur and Eldin and Galadriel's adventures. So seeing that play out, I'm trying to figure it out and wiki and look things up as I go to kind of know how that story goes, to just know how far past that was compared to Lord of the Rings. What do you think of it so far, Joey?
Yeah, can you guys hear me? Sorry, my internet's going in and out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. No, I love it. And I know you guys first talked about it when I was in Vegas on vacation. So that was, I think the majority of you guys all liked it, you and Brian. And then the thing that I heard the most, and I keep seeing, man, the way that we saw it in the trailers and how it looked in, the few clips that they sent and compared to what it actually looks like, holy shit, it's night and day difference. It looks amazing. It might be the best looking show I've ever seen. I think you mentioned that last time. Yeah, I think the storyline's good. I don't follow Tolkien stuff like I do George R. R. Martin's, but I do like a all the movies so far, so I don't know a lot of the lore and stuff. But I don't know anything about this storyline, and I think it's awesome following along, and it's super easy to be able to follow along on that one too.
Yep. So I think the hardest thing for me to grasp right now is Isildur. Like looking back to like the intro essentially to the first Lord of the Rings movie, it's telling the story of like Isildur defeating Sauron and taking the ring. Like we already know where that ends. And now I'm looking at Isildur in his youth. It's like, how does he get from this point to that? Like there's a lot that goes on in between there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting how it's playing out.
Yep, I agree. And like I said, I don't know much of the lore and stuff, but like you said, I know that part from the ring being basically cut off his hand. And every episode I'm like, man, this is a fucking kick-ass storyline, and they're telling it really, really well.
All right, so now let's flip the channel. Let's go over to HBO. Another big primetime show, playing every Sunday night. House of the Dragon.
Yep. It is the follow-up or the prequel to the Game of Thrones series. It's all about the Targaryens, based off the books Fire and Blood. I don't know how much you guys went into that last time you talked about it or anything, but we just finished episode 6. It's kind of been story building. It's way more of the political side so far of that Game of Thrones was compared to I think what everyone thought with all the dragons that are actually on screen. There hasn't really been any fights or anything yet, but you're building up the characters and they're doing huge jumps. And then in episode 6, spoiler alert, they switch actors and jump ahead about 10 to 12 years. So it's been a very good season so far. And 5 and 6 are super fucking intense. Episode 6, if you've never seen what real life childbirth looks like myself, I'm sure that's got to be pretty damn close.
Yeah, they didn't have the camera on the business end of that one, Joey.
That's true. Yeah. Surprisingly.
It captured the emotion pretty good though. Like seeing that happen not only once but twice in the last episode. Yeah. It's like, man, jeez, this is getting crazy out here. But yeah, oof, rough times out there in the old Westeros trying to give birth, man.
Yeah, it is. And the queen and the princess are going at each other, and fucking Daemon. You kind of see the fatherly side of Daemon this week, but then he turns in. I really want to know what he was going to say when they were going to make him choose, and then when he didn't, I was like, pussies, make him do something. But
yeah, I'm really loving House of the Dragon. Actually, I think last time you were on to talk about it, you talked about Fire and Blood and gave it good reviews. So I picked it up. I'm in the process of reading that currently myself. I'm in the years of Jaehaerys, who was the predecessor of the current King Viserys, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. Jaehaerys was great king. King. Everybody loved him. So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now, working through his long years. So,
hell yeah. I think I'm on, I don't know, the 6th or 7th chapter. I'm not very far in. I'm trying to. I downloaded the PDF on my phone. I read it when I'm flying. So it's but it's good. It's a way easier read than the other Game of Thrones books were. Yeah,
I feel like this is more of like a history book, looking back. Like this is what happened. Like whereas Ice and Fire, it was more current event. Like it's kind of telling the story through each individual person's eyes. Like this is the accounts from the Maesters and the Septons and like the histories that they wrote down.
Mushroom. Have you gotten to Mushroom yet?
No.
Oh, so I haven't either. So Mushroom is in the last episode where they were having the wedding feast and stuff. The little short person that was just banging on the drums. He's kind of like a court jester, but he finds himself in all kinds of situations. And he also gives testimony and accounts on what the Targaryens were like. And they're super sexual. He talks about massive orgies and big old dongs on everybody. And yeah, it's pretty intense from what I hear.
All right.
Yeah. So there's that. House of the D, Hot D.
So another show premiered this week. We're giving it some time. We'll talk about it next week. I don't know. I'm watching Andor. Loving it so far. I think Ryan's planning on watching. So
I've
have more
watched
about
all
that.
three.
We'll have more about that next week whenever we dive into it. So looking forward to talking about that one. I love the first 3 episodes. So
I will say they were kind of slow. However, I think them releasing all 3 at once was a fantastic idea because they are a little slow, but it's setting up the story really well. It's setting things up really well, and you're not waiting 3 weeks in a row to get 3 slow episodes. So I love the fact that they released these 3. It's setting it up for it to be a great series. It really is. So I'm excited for it.
Yep.
Yep.
And what is Andor?
Star Wars.
It's the story of Cassian Andor. Big time.
5 years prior to Rogue One, which might be, in my opinion, is the best Star Wars movie.
I'm in that boat with you.
Are you?
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't a Star Wars movie, it would be a fantastic movie.
All right.
Still never seen any Star Wars. Probably won't start with this one, guys. Sorry to break that news.
All they got to do is make a documentary about it, and then Trent will watch.
On History Channel.
Or
No.
have them all in Pawn Stars, a collection, and Trent would be like, oh, you know.
I like how you always go back. I haven't watched Pawn Stars in probably 5 years.
It's not even on
I just
History Channel
remember-
anymore, Ryan. Jeez.
I
Yeah,
just
is it even on
remember
it?
always coming back from college and there's Pawn Stars on.
That was back when it was good.
So that's why
11
I
years
associate
ago.
you with Pawn Stars.
That's just because it was on right before Pickers.
Probably.
Oh man,
Do
I
they
watched
make
the
new
Pickers
episodes
last
of those
week.
anymore?
Hell yes.
Is it new?
Yeah, they opened a store in Nashville too.
Hey, did anybody
Yeah.
pick CeeDee Lamb? Because he just caught a touchdown.
I did.
Yes, I did.
Tutter.
I picked him. I think there's not going to be any movement in the standings because everybody picked the same players from this game.
Well,
I
there
had-
was only like 4 to pick.
I know.
picked Cooper Kush.
Mm.
Ooh. I picked Sterling Shepard as well. I needed
Think
2
I'm-
receivers.
Hmm.
There goes
need-
CD. Oh man,
That's a good one.
do you get in?
Of course he got in.
All
Jeez,
right.
why would you question that, Trent?
Sorry. Well, you boys about ready to wrap this thing up?
Sure am.
Put a little bow on it. Till next week.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we just want to thank everybody for following along here. We do appreciate it. Tell your friends. We could use some more streams and some more listens. We would appreciate that even more. Joey, how can people get a hold of us, watch us, all that fun stuff?
Yep, on Instagram and Twitter at Heartland Pulse, Facebook, YouTube, just search Pulse of the Heartland. Keep watch for us. We post on our socials all the time. And as Trent said, let your friends know and go from there. But before we wrap up, I got a little bit of an announcement for all the listeners. Everyone else already knows, but this is going to be my last week of being a regular on the podcast. I am going to very much back down my involvement on the live stuff. I'll still be around for all the fantasy stuff and the pick'em and things, but my schedule is picking up quite a bit, way more than I thought when I first took this gig. So, in fairness to everyone, as you guys know and have heard before, me having to cancel last minute because of travel plans or taking someone out, just there's other stuff going on at night for me now. And I need to step back and then go from there. So I want to thank everyone for putting up with all my shit. If you're a Nebraska fan, this is probably the best day that you've had listening to this podcast. So lucky you. But I'll still be around interacting with everything, but just you won't be hearing my voice on every single podcast like normal.
So I said this before we started recording, but the college football podcast just became an Iowa State podcast with me and Brian.
Yep. Sorry, guys.
I'm pretty sure you get I'm pretty sure you get a couple random cameos from some people in Kansas, though.
Yeah, it's true. That is
Yep.
true.
Yeah, you got a couple wild hairs out there.
Yeah.
I might have to start working on a Cajun accent or something.
Just talk like Ed O.
There you go.
Go Tigers!
That's
Nailed
pretty
it.
good.
But Joey, you must make sure that you still have a fight with Kevin every once in a while.
Hey, yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, I'm not permanently leaving or anything. So yeah, anytime Kevin wants to,
Think about the
Royal
children,
Rumble.
Joey.
you guys can just give me a call up.
Yeah,
I'll
when you
jump
don't
on.
see Joey as much, it's not because he got fired.
Right,
Just saying.
right.
I mean,
Not
we
yet,
won't
anyway.
talk about the background discussions we had, but yeah.
Trent
I'm
couldn't afford
forfeiting.
the separation.
Yeah.
Couldn't buy out his contract. Jeez.
Right.
No. Sorry.
But yeah. Well, yeah. Again, just thanks everybody, and next time I'm on, you'll know for sure.
No. Thank you, Joey.
We love you, Joey.
Joey.
Yeah. Yeah, would it be a downer? God, ended on that.
I know. But at least we went to the end of the podcast.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah, most people already done listen by now.
Yeah. Like me. Wait, you guys are still talking? All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Again, keep an eye out for the college football pod and the road to 272 that's coming up later this week. And we'll catch you on this podcast.
David.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on, people. We can call
Tell
people out.
everybody
Nobody's
about it.
listening. Yep. That's right. All right. We'll catch you later.
Bye, everybody.
Peace out.